Okay, so here's another example. And so again, we want to make sure that these are in standard form, which they are. So we've got the x's lined up, the y's lined up, and we got the constants lined up. And so the next step is we need to multiply one or both of the equations to get the same coefficient on one of the two variables. Okay, and so it doesn't matter which variable we want to make the same, but we want to choose one that's going to be the easiest to work with. And so notice that these have different coefficients. So I would have to multiply the top one by 3 and the bottom one by 2, which is fine. I can do that, and I'll get the same value of the coefficient with opposite signs. But it'd be easier, because I've got a 3 here and a 1 here, it'd be easier just to multiply the second one by 3, and then I'll have the same coefficient here. So let's do that. And by the way, you can multiply by 3 or negative 3. It doesn't matter if they have the same sign or different signs. Okay? We're either going to add or subtract accordingly. So let's multiply this by negative 3. Okay? Now, what happens? So this becomes what? Well, this is just going to carry over. So now my system of the two equations with two unknowns becomes this. And so now if I multiply everything by negative 3, now remember, I got to distribute the negative 3 to all the terms, okay? Even this term. So I've got to distribute to this, and to that. Okay, so that gives me a negative 3x minus 9y equal to a negative 6. Okay, so negative 3x minus 9y equals a negative 6. And so now I'm going to add the equations down because I've got opposite signs here, so I'm going to add these to eliminate the x's. So if I add, these go away. So it becomes 0x. This becomes a minus 11y equals a negative what? 2. And so now, what happens here? Well, this goes away because it's just 0. And so I get negative 11y equals negative 2, so if I just divide both sides by negative 11, I get y equals positive 2/11, right? And now, since I've gotten this, now I'm just going to substitute back in to either one of the original equations. So let's just do this one. So if I go back to the original equation, I get x plus 3 times 2/11 equals 2, right? And so x plus 6/11 equals 2. And so now I'm just going to subtract 6/11 from both sides, right? And when I add down, I get x equals 2 minus 6/11. So I've got to change the 2 to a fraction with a common denominator of 11. So I'm going to make this into 22 over 11. And now if I subtract, I get 16 over 11, or 1 5/11. And so now my solution is 1 5/11, comma 2/11. Okay, and again, make sure you double check by taking your point and substituting into both of the original equations to make sure that you get a true statement. Okay, I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to leave that up to you to do. Okay, that's it. Take care.